Hello everyone, this is Tina from Tina's Workshop. It is Friday, June 14th, and you will be seeing this on June 15th on Saturday. I hope you guys have all had a great week. We've got finished objects, works in progress, and mail to look through today. So let's jump right in. Finished objects. I have been working hard on my Wonderland yarns. That has been my main thing this week, as I was really trying to get some of that done. So I got another 2 squares of the knit done, and I literally just before I clicked on this recorded my video for this next month. So I've done 2 more squares, but I'm not going to show it to you yet because that video will be coming out on Wednesday and I don't want any spoilers. So keep your eyes out for that one, and you'll see 2 other squares that I have done. If you watched my video on Wednesday, you will have seen the basket that I completed, and I'm using that for my Wonderland Yarn skeins. So this is my progress so far this year. I have gotten all my crochet squares done, and I've gotten most of my knit squares done, but I still have 3 for February and 3 for April that I need to complete, and then the ones for this month. So I've gotten 1 and 1 done for this month. So those are working up, and they're so soft and squishy. I'm excited to see this blanket when it's done. Bags. I made myself some new bags, some new project bags. So last week I showed you that giant one that I had done. This week I wanted to do some regular size, the small, some like a medium size for a few things that are larger. So I did this one with this pretty little splash inside for my Wonderland yarns. So all my Wonderland yarn stuff that I'm working on is all in this one. And I can put all the knit and the crochet, the patterns fit in here nicely. So that is my new project bag for my Wonderland yarns. And then I needed something special for my emotional support chicken, because I've got at least 3 more of those I need to make. So I did this one with the chickens on it, and then I made another one with the chickens on it, and then the inside fabric I got was so pretty. I did one in reverse and did give you an idea. I did the inside fabric on the outside with the red fabric on the inside, and my sister-in-law loved that one, so she's already confiscated it. So I couldn't show it to you, but you get the idea of what it looked like. It was really pretty. I bought the red specifically for the outside, and then as I went to cut everything out, I'm like, you know, that black is just really pretty. So I decided to flip one, and I think I almost like that one better than the red. Let me know what you think. But I made 3 of those. I had enough fabric. I bought a yard of fabric for each one of the 2 colors. And I was able to make 3 bags, and there's a little bit of fabric left over, but not enough for another bag. And these were a little bit larger. They were about a 14 by 14 square. If you're doing the smaller bags that are 10 by 10, you can get even more out of it. So anyway, I did 3 of those. I had only bought, when I did this one, I did half a yard of fabric of each of those that I had bought. So I think there might have been enough that I could do a small bag if I wanted to. And then I had bought this fabric a while back and finally made a couple bags, but I have a bunch of this. I bought at least 2 yards, maybe 3, but I only made 2 bags so far. So I've got 2 little sock size bags There we go. With the little red trucks on them, and they have cotton. So the flowers are all cotton with the little robins and stuff on it. And then inside, I just did a plain blue. I was using fabric I had at home, and I had a green I was going to use, but it was too bright of a green to go with it. The handles were a different green from something else I had done. I had made extra handles, so I used that there. But with the blue here, I decided to just use the blue inside. So when I make other ones, I might do something different, but I did 2 of these. And then I bought a half a yard of Scooby-Doo fabric. It's so cute with the mystery machine. My son loves Scooby-Doo. Actually, both of my kids do. And I bought the fabric, brought it home, and gave it to him, which of course he wasn't going to do anything with it. And then I was like, oh wait, I have ordered mystery machine yarn so I can make socks for my son, and I need a bag for it. And I had this other Scooby-Doo fabric at home, so I made myself a bag so that when I get the mystery machine yarn, I've got everything in here already, my pattern and all my notions, so the yarn is on its way, and as soon as it comes, I have my bag to work with. So I made those, I think that was all the bags I had made. And I mean, you guys see, I buy other bags too. I love other people's bags, but I like making them myself too, especially when I find really fun yarn or I'm wanting something specific. So I did those this week. And then let's see, moving on to, I keep looking over at my notes so I don't forget anything. Works in progress. I have a little bit of progress on my son's scarf, the Quay scarf. So my bag is by a Danica Studio that I got at Paper Source, with all its pockets. My Quay scarf that I'm doing for my son, and the last time I showed it to you, I was right here, and I've done a little bit since then, not much. It's so hard to see with this dark yarn, but I did get a little bit of progress on that one. He's always happy when he sees I'm working on it. So let's move my stitch marker up, and the yarn I am using is Lion Brand Heartland yarn. In the colorway Black Canyon. It has this little bit of a white speckle, which makes it a little bit nicer with the fact that it is a black yarn. And of course I had to show it to him, and he liked that color, so I'm stuck working that. So the only time I ever work on it is when I'm sitting right here, so I can use all my bright lights on it. And that's why another reason why it doesn't get worked on too often. So next, we're going to go back to this bag. I have not actually started this one yet, so it is more of a future work in progress, but I've got, like I said, I've got a couple different emotional sport chickens to make. And the next one I'm going to work on is this one, because it's going to be for my neighbor girl's birthday, which is in July. And I found this cute book the other day, and I'm going to stick this in with her emotional sport chicken when I give it to her. So the colors I'm going to use, this is going to be the main color, and this is going to be the accent color for the stripes. She likes like tie-dye stuff. She also likes the turquoises, and I thought this would be fun. So these ones are Red Heart Super Saver in the colorway Macaw. And this is Caron Simply Soft Stripes in the colorway Jersey Shore. So I think those will be really pretty. And of course I've got my little chicken stitch markers that I had just gotten from the Happy Mermaid Yarn Company. They're down in here somewhere that I'm going to do with that. So I can really get into the groove of things. So if you remember last weekend, I was not participating in Worldwide Knit and Public Day because I was at Spinner's Day on the farm. So I was spinning all day instead of knitting. And I was using one of the drop spindles my husband has made. And when we did the cinch, when we were selling at Cinch a few weeks ago, I was spinning on the same drop spindle, and this is what I had done that day, which I had not meant to slide it off like this. So I'm hoping I don't have too much trouble with it tangling. I might try to slide it onto something or just wrap it onto a bobbin before I start plying, but it had slid off on me. So that was what I had done there. So then last weekend I spun this. So this was the second half. It just happened to have slid off at right about the right point. So there's my two singles, and I need to ply that together. So that got worked on this last week. And it was a very grabby fiber, very toothy fiber, so it was not super pleasant to work with, but the colors are really pretty. It's a very variegated color. Okay, socks. Gotta have socks. So Crazy Sock Lady is doing her summer sock camp from May 24th to August 31st. You saw last week I completed my first ever pair of socks. So I have uploaded that in the finished objects category on Ravelry, and I have posted it on Instagram too. And they have that 80s summer sock camp theme, 80s, 90s. So that is the logo for this year. And I have my car socks, so if I finish them, then that can be incorporated. So I am working on my car socks, which is in my Weird Sisters bag. And everything will be linked below that I mentioned. And if it's not, if I've forgotten something, just let me know and I will link it. But everything should be linked below. So on my car socks, I am doing Kay Linton from the Crazy Sock Lady, her vanilla sock pattern on the US 1 circular magic loop. I can't remember what the length of this one is. Chow Goose. Anyway, you've seen this one many times before, and I'm doing sock pop, which is bamboo and nylon. Bamboo sock pop, self-striping. And I have one sock done, which has come out huge. Fits my husband and my kids, but it has come out huge. And I have been working on the second one. And I don't remember if I had shown you a tiny bit of progress at one point, but I've been working on it, and I just finished the cuff. So I'm doing a 2x2 rib, 20 rounds for the cuff. And as you all know, and I know I've said a million times, I've switched my way of knitting. So I'm no longer throwing, I'm doing the continental, which I'm really, really enjoying, and I'm really glad I stuck to it and I did it. However, that means even though I have been knitting for 20 years, in some senses it's like I'm a new knitter that's getting, you know, her gauge down and her tension and everything else. So things keep changing. So there's my cuff from the first one. Here's my cuff from this one. So even if I stretch them both out, let's see if I line them up here, and I stretch them both out, I have a big difference there. So I have a feeling that this sock is going to be much more of the way it really should be as opposed to this one. which almost makes me not want to finish that second sock. But in another sense, I'm like, I need to finish the second sock. But I don't know that these two socks are going to match when I'm done. So I'm working on it. We'll see how it goes, but tell me if you are a sock knitter, tell me in the comments below what you would do if it was you. I mean, and I could even pull out the other one, but you know, you just hate to do that. And I'm already having to do that with this one that's been sitting back here for a while that I have not completed, because this was that first one that I had done. And then when I started the second one, it was definitely a different size. So I'm already planning to pull this one out. I just haven't done it yet, but I'm going to pull it out and redo that one. But I don't know about this one. At the moment, I'm still working on it, but like I said, let me know what you would do if it was you. So then I have in my summer sock camp bag, I have my next one set up. Well, kind of set up. Everything's in here, but I have not started it yet. I showed you last week, my Premier Fruit. Come on, focus. In the watermelon. And let's see if they just call it watermelon. And I didn't tell you guys, when this yarn came in, it smelled good. It was like they put something into there. The yarn all smelled really good. Anyway, I am going to be doing, I was kind of debating. So Premier put out their own pattern. And I was going to do this one. And as I was reading through it, for the most part, it seems pretty much the same as Kay's Vanilla Socks, with just a little bit of difference to it. You know, your stitch counts are a little different and the cuff on it's different. And I'm like, I'm used to doing hers. I really like hers. So I'm thinking I might do hers and then just adjust it a little bit like I did with these ones to do. These are more of an ankle sock as opposed to a shorty sock. And I know that now because I watched another video that Kay had done talking about using any of her patterns and making them shorty socks or ankle socks. So this one is slightly higher, which makes it more of an ankle sock, where this, if you look at this picture, you can see how short it is, and that's more of the shorty sock, even though that says ankle sock. I don't know. Anyway, there's a difference. These ones are slightly higher. This is really low. I don't think I really want to do it quite this low. I like that little bit that comes up. I want it to kind of come over that ankle bone, but I think I'm going to probably still use her pattern with this, but I'm still going to do short socks of some sort, and because I want to wear them during the summer. So, and to go with her theme, you know, her 80s, 90s theme, as I had mentioned last week, I got the watermelon because it reminds me of the end of every school year when I was in elementary school and going out to the park and having the watermelon out there. So even though you don't look at it and say, oh, that screams 80s, 90s, it's 80s, 90s for me. More 80s than 90s. And bonus, it's Christmas colors. I can wear them at Christmas time. And I have an excuse to wear Christmas colors at other points in the year. That works for me. So anyway, that one is all ready to go. I just have not actually cast it on yet. And then there will also be Nitty Natty's Summer Sock Week that will be happening from July 21st to July 28th. And you just have to complete one sock for that, but you cannot start it. So with Summer Sock Camp, with Crazy Sock Lady, you can have worked on a work in progress and use it for that one if you finished it during that time. But with Nitty Natty's, you cannot start your sock until midnight hits on July 21st. But you only have 1 week, so every single sock you do counts as an entry. So if you complete a pair during that week, then you have 2 entries. And again, all this will be linked below. And her theme is the great outdoors. Last week's video, I had my shirt on with that. The shirt's in my room. I forgot to bring it out so I could actually show you that theme, but it's the great outdoors. She's got a few different sponsors that have things ahead of time, but I think most of it is actually sold out. I did just order 2 things, but they're not in yet. Let's see, moving on. Mail. So I did just get my Wonderland Yarns box in for the monthly subscription that I do. And again, like I said earlier, I'm not showing you the squares I already did or the yarn that came in the mail because that is a surprise till that video comes out, and that video will be out on Wednesday. So if you would like to see what that yarn looked like and how the squares worked up, make sure and watch that video, and make sure and like and subscribe so that you'll know when that video comes out. Click notify and it will notify you. So that I got, and then when I went to Spinner's Day, there was only 3 of us that were vending, and I had to buy some stuff while I was there, of course. Okay, so let's see, show and tell first. One of the ladies out there was carding some fiber that she had naturally dyed with eucalyptus. It came out so pretty, such a deep color. I aspire to do that. We talked different theories on getting the color right. So she said she struggled a little bit on it, but it came out beautiful. So that's how her color came out. Another lady I know, she was working on some of her mohair from her goats, kid mohair. And this piece was a little bit matted and needs some teasing out, but she handed it to me in case I wanted to come home and see if I could work on it and pull it apart and utilize it. But it is very, even like that, it's still a very, very soft. I've gotten some of her fiber before that was already carded. So anyway, that's just to play with. And I bought this beautiful yarn. This is, does not have a colorway, a color to it, but this is by Busy Bee Fibers. And this one is 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon. And it is such a pretty color. So it's got all this like marbling. I can't wait to cake it up and everything and see how the colors come out. So I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. It was just really pretty, and I like to support other people. So I bought that. And I bought this one, again, Busy Bee Fibers. And I'm going to pause it so you don't have to hear all the crinkling. Ooh, and then I drop it. There we go. I'm always dropping things. This one is called Pegasus. It is 33% merino, 33% recycled sari silk, and 33% gold glitter. So I'm guessing like a stellina. And it is so pretty. And the shimmer is actually coming up. The glittering is coming up on there. So you can see all the little pieces of random color. That's your sari silk. And so that will be fun to spin up. And there is four ounces. So I have that to work on. Another fun thing, because I needed more. Sometimes I'm gonna have to give you guys like a little tour of all the stuff I have. I mean, I have totes filled with fibers and drawers and chests filled with yarn, and I need to do like some of the other YouTubers are doing and try and de-stash. And I keep thinking about it, but then I end up with something new and I can't help myself. So I'm wanting to do a scrap blanket that would be a magic knot held double, so you have multiple colors. But then again, I also kind of want to do the crocheted hexie blanket that ends up looking like the English paper piecing, because I think that would be really pretty, and that would be another way I could use up some stuff, except that I would have to be buying the white for it. Also thought about the cozy memories. I don't know. We'll see. I need to do something though to utilize. I also got a little bit, the Busy Bee gave me some Unicorn Baby Beyond Clean. So I want to try that out. I've been wanting to try that. So maybe the next time I do some wool washing, I do have a fleece that I need to get out and clean that's been stored in a bucket. So hopefully nothing has happened to it during the winter, but I do need to clean it. So I will potentially do that. Okay, let's see, go back to my list. Life stuff. So tonight, my husband and I are going to a country music festival that's local here. It's actually a 3-day event. We're only going tonight. My oldest son is going all 3 days, but we're just going tonight. He's gone the last couple years, but this will be the first time we've gone to it. But it's a big event they do at the fairgrounds with lots of different artists, and I think Jody Messina, I think, is supposed to be there tonight. So that's like the main one that I know in the lineup. So then this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, my husband and my younger son and myself are all going to Open Sauce in San Francisco, which is a big makers event with YouTubers that are like science and technology makers and everything, like Adam Savage, Mark Rober, Evan and Caitlin. So there's a number of different, those are the main ones that I know personally. My son knows who at least half of the people are going to be that are down there. And I think it'll be a really fun event. And there's one person, as I was going through like the lineup, so there's lots of different booths and everything and talks going on. And one of them actually has an e-spinner that they made. So I can't wait to find that booth. If nothing else, I'm going to find that booth. So I might take some footage and share that with you. We'll see how it goes when I'm down there. But my this is totally right up my other son's alley. He's very techie. He's the one who had me doing my channel and helps me figure things out. So he's my techie child. So we'll be going down there for Saturday and Sunday. So that'll be a lot of fun. I think we might be kind of postponing Father's Day just because my oldest son will be at the country summer and we'll be down there. So we'll just do like Father's Day dinner or something on a different day. But I think we'll have a very fun weekend. It'll be a very busy weekend. And other than that, I don't think I have any other life stuff to share. And I think that is all of my notes. So I hope you guys all have a great week. And don't forget, I have my video that'll be coming up on Wednesday with Wonderland Yarns if you'd like to see that. And we'll see you all again soon. Bye. Okay, I forgot one thing. I knew I would do something like that. I usually do, but I had just clicked it off when I realized what I had forgotten. So you guys know we got a laser cutter. And my son got these little metal discs, like a coin style disc, that they're solid. They don't have a hole like the dog tags or the keychains. And so he was playing with that last night, making things. So I said, oh, I need one that says knit and purl and knit and increase. So he did them for me. However, when he did the first ones, he accidentally spelled knit wrong. So it says kit. There we go. And I was like, oh, just leave it that way. It's funny. I'll know what it is. Well, he redid them for me, but he played around on this one. Come on. And he put a sheep on the back of it. But then he did the knit and increase. So if I wanted to, you know, I can flip that coin if I'm somewhere where I have a countertop, and I can flip it while I'm working a sock or something in the knit round, increase round. It's for the fun of it. And then this one is knit. Come on, you see it? There we go. And purl, which again, you could do that with, but I'm also thinking about doing a video coming up where I'm using this as my decision maker for knit and purls to create a random pattern. So we'll see. Let me know if that sounds interesting to you, but we'll see. Anyway, I just wanted to show you those. They were kind of fun, little things I can play around with. So anyway, have a great week. We'll see you soon. Bye.